Yoda brothers, what's up? It's the director. Today we're going to be talking about some of the stuff coming out in Series 6 tomorrow, mainly revolving around, bam, this guy right here, how you can get prepared and think ahead on how to use your 98 and 99 overall power-up pass. So tomorrow, by grinding up to level 95, you're going to get a 98 overall power-up pass, allowing you to skip a 98 card in the power-up progression. You guys know how it works. At level 99, you're going to get a 99 overall power-up pass. And those are pretty exciting things to think about. Who am I going to use those cards on? Save some mad coin and have like a really nice card at the end of it. I'm going to show you guys how to think ahead, which cards to maybe take a look at. Let's start with the 98 overall power-up pass. You got 4 players in the entire game you can choose from, and only one 99 you can choose from. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for joining me. This has been the director, and as always, stay frosty. Now, I'm just kidding, of course. I'm going to go over these cards, kind of rank which ones I would choose out of these 4. Then, obviously, you can only use your 99 overall power-up pass on Patrick Mahomes right now. Now, one thing to be cautious about by going and picking up all the parts to make Patrick Mahomes and powering him all the way up. Yes, he goes for 783,000 coins right now. Just make sure this is the quarterback you want. May I remind you, there's like a stupid amount of golden ticket quarterbacks coming out very soon, including Lamar Jackson, including Cam Newton. There's a lot of really big ones coming out. So if you anticipate that you want a golden ticket, maybe don't do Patrick Mahomes because it's going to cost you a lot of training, and a lot of his other cards cost a lot of coins to put into his power up as well. And also keep in mind, that's a great thing to talk about too. The golden ticket. Some people are like, I'm just going to save my golden ticket or my 99 overall power pass so I don't have to buy a golden ticket. I'm going to upgrade Lamar Jackson without having to buy it. That's not how it works. The golden tickets actually do not go into the power-ups this year. They're standalone. Yes, you can still put physical chem. Yes, you can use whatever team they've played for their team chem, but they do not go into the power-up pass. So don't get this power-up pass and think you got a golden ticket. Doesn't work like that. Sorry, the world's scary right now with everything going on, and this just makes it even sadder. But it's okay. I think there's other 99s coming out. Typically, when you see a power-up pass come out a little ahead of its time, it means there's more 99s to come. I'll go over that in just a minute. Now, out of these 4 guys, if you were to use a 98 overall power-up pass, which one would I select? I think you can't go wrong with any of them except Joe Thuney. Joe Thuney's great, but he's an offensive lineman. You can use other power-up passes if you really don't want to spend up on your own line. But even right now, they're not too expensive. The only reason I would grab Joe Thuney right now is to complete a theme team if you really hurt at left guard. So I'm going to go ahead and put Joe Thuney at the bottom of the list. He could still grab him, but I think of my priority, I want a skill position guy. Next up, Lamar Jackson. I'll say he's like my rank 3. Lamar Jackson is still really good. If you're starting fresh, though, you're buying all the pieces for Lamar, you're trading him up, he's still going to be super expensive. You're not going to feel like you had much of a bargain when going and picking up Lamar Jackson. Still really cool, but at the same time, again, he most likely will be getting a golden ticket, so just don't, just kind of think ahead in that aspect. But if you want him right now, I'm not going to blame you. He's a great quarterback, probably the best in the game, arguably, and you can bypass it, with this 98 power-up pass, but keep in mind, he is getting a redux tomorrow as well, so maybe his price comes down a little bit too. But Lamar Jackson's my number 3. My number 2, this one's really tough because both of these players are super, super good. I'm going to say my second-ranked player is Jadeveon Clowney. Only because Night Train Lane is about 200k more expensive. Now, Jadeveon Clowney, if you guys saw my gameplay, I put a gameplay out last night. I was going to save it for this morning, but I told you guys, you know what? We just got Chris Harris. The Chargers are making moves in free agency. Let's celebrate by releasing a video early. We went ahead and showed you guys what this Jadeveon Clowney is made of. And oh my lord, is he good. Like single-handedly, him and Joey Bosa. The pressure was just unreal. It was almost unfair to our opponents how good this Jadeveon Clowney is. Not to mention, the reason these two are at the top is because they fit on any theme team. You can put any team chemistry you want on Jadeveon Clowney. So if you're weak at right outside linebacker, I would say Jadeveon Clowney is an easy choice, but you probably want to make sure you've got good cornerbacks because you're passing on a really good one here. But for instance, the Chargers didn't have a really good right outside linebacker, and we already have really good corners. That's an easy decision for the Chargers theme team. But let's say you don't have a lot of good corners, but you do have a good right outside linebacker, maybe like the Giants. Do they have 3 really good corners? I'm not quite sure, but they have LT. Maybe they don't want Jadeveon Clowney as much. They're waiting for a new LT. Well, then Night Train Lane is your man. So kind of think about that. And speaking of Night Train Lane, he is my number 1 right here. Keep in mind that his 93 or is it 94 Night Train Lane that goes into his power up, I think he's going for like 300k right now. So keep that in mind if you're about to power this guy up. But in my opinion, this is one of the best cards in the game. Yes, he's going for 675 right now. He'll probably stay around there for a while because of how valuable he is to theme teams, especially if you don't have 3 amazing cornerbacks. I've been using him for a long time. Yesterday was the first day I didn't have him on the squad. I kind of noticed, but we have really good corners on the Chargers. He's worth it. He's really good, especially if you want to put abilities on him. He gets Enforcer. He's got, what's it called? Zoned Out or something like that. He's got crazy good abilities. For that reason, he's my number 1 option for 98. Now, this video is not over quite yet. I wanted to give you guys kind of a sneak peek into the future of what to expect as far as new cards coming out. There is more to come in Madden Ultimate Team. I know it may not seem like that right now, but there's stuff coming. And there's also stuff that we can anticipate coming very, very soon. So the first player that I kind of wanted to point out here was Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I think, may be the second part of the NFL free agency promo. As you guys recall, the NFL free agency promo coming out yesterday did say part 1. So part 2 should be coming out next week. Now, if it's going to be the same as it was this last time in part 1, we should be seeing an offensive and a defensive hero, both of which should fit on any theme team. Some guys really love Tom Brady. Right now, especially if you're a Patriots fan, or especially if you're a Bucs fan, you should be super excited that you guys landed Tom Brady. So be prepared for that. He might be coming out as the offensive hero for NFL free agency promo next week, in which case you can save your power-up pass, use it on Tom Brady, bada bing, bada boom, you already got your quarterback situation set up. Now, it is possible, I did give this some thought, Tom Brady actually might come out with like an NFL Movers promo. It won't be so much of a promo, but just like an excuse for more limited cards to come out. We've seen this in the past with like Antonio Brown. He came out with this like cartoony looking limited edition card that said Movers. Wasn't a promo, it was just kind of a stamp of what they were putting their limited edition cards as. And it wouldn't qualify, some of these moves wouldn't qualify for NFL free agency promo, kind of like DeAndre Hopkins, that were actually traded. So that's why I would anticipate seeing something like an NFL Movers promo as well. And then on defense, I got looking at a lot of different lists to see like which defensive player was the most highly coveted this NFL free agency. Byron Jones was constantly on the top of that list with Jadeveon Clowney. So I'm going to guess maybe it's Byron Jones. The only reason I think it might not be is that we already have Night Train Lane, who gets any team chem, and that would give us 2 elite cornerbacks that both get any team chem. Kind of seems ridiculous to me. Nobody would be able to throw at all if everybody just ran Byron Jones and Night Train Lane. That's one reason to maybe think it's not. I want you guys to give me your input in the comment section below who you think the defensive hero might be. But with that, let's say it is Byron Jones. He's going to be fantastic. I did some custom card art of this guy. He was so good. I think he's underrated as well when it comes to his stats. He should be pretty nasty as well. Now, let's get into some of the future cards I think are coming pretty immediately that could be very, very huge. And when I say huge, I mean pack seller huge. When paying attention to what was happening in the rewards for Series 6, I noticed that there was this fantasy pack for the 94 to 95 overall NFL 100 players. Typically when that happens, it means some of these players, if not a lot of them, are about to see some upgrades. And I think Lawrence Taylor might be coming this weekend. Not only because of that, but because we just got Jadeveon Clowney, and EA loves to troll us by releasing a really good card at a position that everybody needs to buy right away. And then right afterwards releasing another card that's even better at the same position, just kind of to troll everybody who bought like the Jadeveon Clowney, for instance. So I think if I were just, spitting in the wind, I would think that Lawrence Taylor is probably going to be a 98 overall Ultimate Legend this weekend. And that's another big point I want to make. 98s, I think, are about to become more frequent because, as I said, we saw a fantasy pack for NFL 100 players. We also see a fantasy pack for 97 overall Ultimate Legends as a reward in Season 6. So that's got me thinking that if you get to choose 1 out of 12, it says on that fantasy pack. If that 12 includes all the 97s that exist for the Ultimate Legends promo, that just kind of tips their hat at saying 98s are coming. We're about to, give a +1 bumpage to overall. And that's why I also think that Lawrence Taylor might be coming out this weekend because it's the first weekend of 98s and possibly 99 limiteds. You never know. On top of that, I could definitely see a Randy Moss coming here very soon. 95 overall. Kind of needs an upgrade at this point. If they dropped him and Lawrence Taylor the same weekend, which I think we've even seen in the past, that would be a huge weekend for Mutt. And what better weekend to drop it than a weekend we're all stuck at home in, well, you know the situation going on. Randy Moss would be a huge one, too. Maybe you want to save your power-up pass for him. If he got a 98 overall card, even if it's an Ultimate Legend, I can still see that card being stupid expensive, probably around the same price as that Night Train Lane. Also, to keep in mind are some of these cards that have come out a long time ago that still need upgrades. Cordell Stewart came out with the Out of Position promo. Kind of stands out to me. He is out of position in this card. His native position is actually quarterback. He played for the Steelers, and he played for the Bears. Wanted to point this one out because Bears desperately need a quarterback. This would be your guy. He's mobile, he's fast, he's tall, he'll have good throw power, and if he gets an Ultimate Legend, I don't know, maybe in the next couple of weeks, just make sure that 98 power-up or maybe even 99 power-up pass is available. Bo Jackson, if there's any running back ready to be the next meta that people would kind of, you know, give a shit about, it would be Bo Jackson. And he hasn't gotten a release since Christmas. I think he can get a release here really soon with Ultimate Legends. I actually thought he might get one for the NFL Combine, but he didn't. I'm thinking he might be one of the cards coming out here soon too. And then lastly, these themed diamonds. We saw some themed diamonds get ultimate, or actually regular legends, you know, a couple of weeks ago. I don't think there's any reason to think that these themed diamonds don't get included in the Ultimate Legends promo, especially these like really good ones that people really like Antonio Cromartie and Taylor Mays. They definitely could get bumps here in the near future, and even in other promos, like the Easter promo coming out very soon, that could include another 98 or even 99. So we're getting into the MUT season, guys. It's kind of exciting to see these 98, 99 power-up passes, but remember, you only get one of each, at least until you grind the daily objectives as well. So kind of use them wisely. The great thing about these passes, though, is that they're at the very top of the power-up sequence. So if you see a guy come out, let's say I use mine for 98 overall Night Train Lane, right? And then the next day, you know, they drop an Antonio Cromartie 98 overall. And I'm like, oh man, you know, I really want Antonio Cromartie. I can probably let go of Night Train Lane. Well, since it's at the top of the power-up sequence, I don't have to downgrade him all the way down, you know, missing out on half of the training I used to upgrade him, missing out on, you know, maybe some of the other cards that I had to use for his power-up sequence. It's at the very top. So I go ahead and power him down just one, give it to Antonio Cromartie. We should be okay. But that's just some of the forward thinking to think ahead about, guys. Exciting times are coming. Again, I would say immediately the next sequence of 98 overall cards should be Ultimate Legends. And you guys would find that out Friday evening anyway when they do the reveal for the next day of Legends. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you found this video informative and entertaining, hit me up with a like and sub. We are over 9,000 subs now, guys. It really, truly means so much to me, and I could not be more grateful. Thank you guys so much. Most of you know my situation. Super, super grateful that this is seeming to be more of a reachable goal for me. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director, and as always, stay frosty.